and then we'll do the pledge. Oh, I know you can do it.
Please. Heavenly Father, we are thankful for today and the ability to gather here in the City Council room to conduct the business of the city. We ask that you would bless each of the council members here as well as the mayor as they consider what's good and right for the citizens of Greenwood. We ask that you would just bless everyone here today and their families and help us to go from here, remembering that all we have comes from you and remembering that we should serve you in all that we do. We pray all of these things in the name of Christ. Amen.
Amen. The Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay.
I got my back fixed up. Having back surgery.
Okay. Again, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. Okay.
I can drive.
Okay.
I've been going places I didn't need to go.
All righty. We got an amendment to the agenda. 2 resolutions that are of vital importance. So, Chair, entertain a motion to amend the agenda.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
do we have an insurance program going on?
Yes, that's 2 years ago. Yes, sir.
You got both of them?
Yes, sir.
Make sure.
Each other one you emailed will turn the same one?
That's what I emailed.
Okay.
You should have 2 regarding the equipment lease purchase intent resolution and 1 for the general obligation bonds intent resolution.
Okay. Carry on, brother.
Okay. Any further, Chair, entertain a motion to amend the agenda.
I so move, President.
Motion been made and been seconded. Any further? All in favor, right hand. Opposed, the same sign. Motion carried. Now the chair will entertain a motion to adopt the working agenda for today.
I so move, President.
Motion been made and been seconded. Any further? All in favor, right hand. Opposed, the same sign. Motion carried. First on the agenda, we'll hear from Honorable Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman. Good afternoon, Council. Good afternoon, Chamber. I'm glad to see you back, Councilman.
They fixed me up. That Blue Cross Blue Shield is a diamond.
Cover up your ears over there.
I walk in there and you think my daddy was a doctor.
We do have Mr. Andrew to speak today as well. First, let's start off with the sales tax information. Our sales tax allocation for the month of August 2026 is $443,898.97. This is an increase of $146,485.69, or 49.2% of the July 2025 allocation. For the fiscal year, we have collected $4,850,782.27, an increase of $140,367.01.
Which you might think again now? No, the total amount,
$4,850,782.27, which is an increase of $140,367. $140,367.01, which is a 2.98% more than the tax allocation for the year beginning October 1, 2024.
Okay, well, that's pretty good. We just need a good August and September.
Definitely. As we just spoke about the insurance, we have Mr. Andrew to come speak about our insurance policy at this moment.
Good afternoon. Happy to be in Greenwood and spending time with y'all.
Hey, Andrew. Hey, Mr. Austin.
Yeah. One of our favorite places to be. So I've got y'all's plan is performing really well, considering factors such as claims and inflation. just to kind of, before I give you just some data, you can read over this at your leisure. So it's a report that shows how, what stuff costs, how much medications cost. You'd be surprised, but medications are $200,000 now. It's not uncommon for what condition, but you could, so let's back up a little bit. When we were hired in here, saved the city a lot of money, and we still are, but we put a wellness program in here, and they brought a doctor on site in a bus to try to help people encouraged to get treatment that did not go and get treatment on their own. Educated them. Not everybody did it. I hope you did. But they diagnosed and found people with conditions that it's such a small community, but you would be surprised at the conditions they found with people, and really extended their quality of life, and diagnosing cancer on that bus. Okay, finding stuff out like that. So but at the same time, you're doing all that to help your employees, like a good employer, like a not good city. You're doing what's best for them. But those, when someone gets sick and gets a condition, it costs money, and we've had some adverse claims to where your costs are exceeding what you're paying in, where you're paying out quite a good bit more than what you're paying in. This is just a highlight sheet of and as a graph. I'm going to talk about it. The blue bar at the top just represents an upward trend of claims, and y'all not having anything nobody else didn't have it. Okay, everybody has claims. You go to the doctor, you go to the hospital, you have surgery, you get cancer, you're gonna have some bills. So, but this talks about it and talks about claims and how much per month. And as you see, the blue bar going up to $452 per member, and where it's being spent. This is just homework that y'all could read at a different time. It has this detailed. Pass this out. This has got medical conditions in it and stuff. I don't know that I would scan it in your minutes file. How do you handle that? Give it to the attorney. This is not something that you probably want to scan in for public information. It's semi-private. It names are redacted, but it talks about conditions and things in there. Okay, and started thinking about that, and maybe if I hand y'all, does everybody got one of these? If I hand y'all something, I don't want it scanned in. It's like that. So, all right. So, 633 to 663, and everything is the same. It's 4.08 increase, right? 4.81. 4.81, and inflation around is 5 to 7% right now. So. And we're trying to get it down. So,
we've asked for rate relief a few times.
Yeah.
Brandon, you said the insurance is about a 4.8% increase this year over last year.
Yes, sir.
What was the total price last year when we paid for insurance?
Per employee, $633. This is $663. And then at the bottom of the chart, I referenced the inflation table of 5% is what the national inflation is, and then trend, which is medical inflation, was projected at 7% this year. But that's if nobody has clients. So each year we start backwards with inflationary costs, and that's if you don't have any claims and nobody got sick. Well, this year we had some, last year we had some we had some cancer last year, we had some this year, and it's raise the cost up some. So, but look, if you got that, you know, raise. It's one of those things that if it happens, you glad that's what insurance is for, and it's to pay. You know, it's to pay. If you get sick, your loved ones get sick, it's paying for drugs. In that report right there, $200,000 for some medication. So, yeah.
President,
Yes, sir.
let me ask you one question. At one time, we used to take a premium holiday in the old plan we had. Is that not anything available anymore? We had a reserve where we can use that money?
You could get, so the first 2 years we were with you, there was a rate decrease, okay? And then we picked up some cancers the last 2 years, okay? We have given some rate decreases. The way Blue Cross does it is if you have a big claims year, the rates will go down, okay? And they may have had a premium holiday before, but typically we see the rates going down. And like, for instance, your plan paid out on that loss ratio in that blue book. Do you know what the percent was?
I think it was over $1 million.
Okay, $1 million. It was, but it was more than you paid them.
It was over 100%.
Yes. Okay. So your insurance paid out way more than you paid in. But yeah, if that wasn't happening, you could have a premium holiday. Yeah.
One more question, Judge. So I guess there's no reserve in that insurance at all. I know at one time we had a reserve built for insurance, and we can use that reserve.
Y'all may still have that reserve. Y'all may still have that somewhere, but this is using. No, this is Blue Cross's reserves. Okay. You're using their financial, and they're taking the risk on and everything.
So that everything you had years ago is not. It don't exist anymore.
It may be y'all may still have it, but it's not still actively being active transactions in and out of it.
We use that reserve to help balance the insurance out. Just say we had a rate increase.
Yes.
We'll force that reserve out and use that to balance it out. That way, it help us balance our budget out during the year.
Yes, sir. I understand.
So we don't have that anymore, you say?
You don't have that, right? No, sir. No, sir. And, I mean, if you would have maybe had a reserve if your premium was more expensive than you were paying, you know, like if it wasn't $630, if it was $730, you may have had some money to build up a reserve, but you're not getting it. No, sir. To answer your question, though.
So my next question is, so if we raise our deduct our insurance, would that level us back lower than $663 per employee, or would that do for us?
All right, so
it
may get closer to $633, and we've submitted for rate relief from Blue Cross. We don't know. It has no reflection on our action today, but it may come. We may get some rate relief from them, and yes, lowering upping your deductible some would save you a little, would decrease your costs a little bit.
What is our deductible now?
It's $500.
$500.
So the next step will be what?
You could maybe $1,000 or $750.
$750.
Yes, sir.
The reason I asked that, we just increased our on my former job though.
Yes, sir.
We did our budget last week, and we increased that a little bit just to lower the insurance right now now, and it helps out a lot. But we went at 500. We was at a 250, so we went to 500.
Yes, sir. I can. It would help out some, and that's not a bad request at all. When we originally wrote your plan, we wanted you to have the best of the best because of being new, and not that this is it works well, and you know, we wanted y'all to have the best, but it's went up because people have been using it, you know. So, yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Will you have time to crunch some numbers? We're doing budget now and bring us numbers back. Well, I think it'd be in the order if you crunch the number. Sure, what the difference would be if that doctor goes to 750 to 500.
I'll be happy to do that.
It might not change much at all. I don't know.
I mean, do you want to see if you can get the underwriter on the phone? I might could tell you, it might be $20, it might be $10, it may be, but I can bring it back later if you want to.
I'm asking that question now.
Yeah, I can bring it back. I'll be happy to do that.
I said that we crunched numbers at my former job for last week when I was doing helping lay budget on. We crunched the numbers, went from 250 to 500. That's a big difference now. So it made a big difference in our deductible higher, but it lowered the premium now.
Yes, sir.
For what each person had to pay.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking that question.
It's not a bad question. Your plan, and we're trying to get some rate relief, but your plan would go down if you have a good year. You just hadn't had a good year in the last 2 years. Y'all been over 100%. But yes, we can do that if you'd like that option.
I would agree with Mr. McCoy, Andrew, too. I would like that option. And the main reason is, understand, the city of Greenwood is the only company or business I know that don't charge employees anything for insurance. We pay 100% insurance. Not the state of Mississippi, not Greenwood Public School District, not LaFleur County, not Mississippi Valley. All these people use Blue Cross Blue Shield, but they do charge employees a small percentage out of to pay it. City of Greenwood pay 100%. You see what I'm saying? So, and which is a good benefit for the city. But as far as trying to crunch them numbers to get them even, that may be a good idea because I would like to see the city keep paying 100%. Employees now don't make much money, and I don't want to start having to deduct anything from their check as far as insurance. So that may be the way to go.
Yes, sir. I'll get y'all some different options. Okay. We really appreciate
Number two, these pharmaceutical companies ripping everybody off. The medicine's so high, man. I don't know. They getting billionaires off this high medicine. So I understand, when you paying these we getting the discount and you having to pay the difference. I do understand. That's
Mr. Brock, that would be a good report for them to see. And I know when I submit something like this, that sometimes it's public information, that is kind of semi-private. So, but I'd like for them to see that. It shows you medication.
Well, I think, and I understand Mr. Brock busy. I think our Miss Liddell would be better with that information.
Okay, I don't know.
I'm just saying. Don't you think, Don?
Yeah. This is a watered down version. That starts getting to the conditions and stuff. Y'all spent one person $400,000 on, one person. So
Makes a big difference.
Makes a big difference. Okay.
All right. Well, look, y'all, we appreciate you business, and we do write other companies, but the companies that we have y'all with are typically been the best. Most of our cities can have Blue Cross. We represent Cigna and Aetna, but Blue Cross has been by far the best. Now they cover their medications. You might can find somebody that don't cover them, but then once you go to if you need them. And, they're doing a lot with pharmaceuticals where you can't, they're not wanting them manufactured overseas. They're moving them over here. There's a lot of barriers to getting medication. I mean, I'm dealing with employees going to the pharmacy. Sometimes pharmacy is out of medication. So, anyways, it's a lot to it. So we appreciate y'all. And thank you. Okay.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll get that for you.
Okay. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Yes.
Next, we have Mr. J. Crawford with Beta Road chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity to discuss the state convention here in City of Greenwood.
Good evening.
Hey, Mr. Crawford.
Mayor, President, board members. I have this to pass out, disperse. Should have enough. I am Stephen Crawford. I serve as the local president of the chapter, Beta Rho chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. I provided a brief packet overview for you all to just view at your discretion. I'm thankful to be allowed to come before the City Council just to provide a brief overview of what's coming to the grand and glorious city of Greenwood, the epicenter of culture and history, as we bring over 400 of our members to this great city this coming weekend. Of course, Omega Psi Phi includes undergraduate and graduate members of 18 countries. And, of course, the chapter here is Beta Rho chapter that I preside over. But I'm also the marshal, so I'm responsible for setting up the convention, which has been quite tedious. Locally, Beta Rho chapter isn't new to service, which I provided some examples in there. I don't have to go into it in its entirety, especially for anyone that may be following us on our social media pages. But in accordance with the fraternity's guidelines, we provide scholarships, social activities, voter registration, education organization, fatherhood initiative activities, social action, and so forth. So we're going to also magnify that same approach with our state organization that's coming this weekend. And a couple of numbers. The local chapter has recently provided over $10,000 in scholarship this year. Different sponsorships and contributions to Intercity Basketball League, MBSU, B Club, so Greenwood, Mega Reunion, Full Legacy, St. Jude, and a lot of other entries that were not included in the document. On the state organization level, we provided 854 total programs, $195,000 in monetary donations, 16,000 units donated, 20,000 volunteer hours contributed. Do not have to go over that in its entirety. Well, Mr. Crawford, why am I leading with that? I want you all to know what organizations is coming here prior to what you may be or may not be exposed to how Omega Psi Phi fraternity moves. Bringing a convention here, we had our convention in 2023 in Vicksburg, and they saw an economic impact of $223,000 and some additional change. In 2024, we visited the city of Tupelo, and we had an impact of $289,000, almost $290,000. In Hattiesburg, it was over $300,000. And now we're coming to the greatest city of them all, Greenwood, and we're already almost over $50,000 contributed because we have the Lugan Hotel, which is fully booked. The Hampton Inn is fully booked, confirmed it before I came. And then Holiday Inn is filling up very fast. We have 400 members registered, anticipating about 75 that may not register, but they want to come and be a part of the fun. Provided a conference overview. I'm not going to go over that in its entirety to expedite time. We will be providing STEM activity services for some local schools. We have our open public program this Thursday at the Florida Legacy Academy at 6 o'clock. I want to personally invite the council and anybody in the city really to come out and just see the Omegas be welcome to the city. I have written communication to different elected officials, senator, mayor, county administrator, chief of police, sheriffs, and so forth. But if you can just find a smidge of the time to come just see us coming to the city, that would be great. Other than that, we're going to start Friday with community service, an empowerment walk for mental health, Greenwood Community Center food box distribution. We're going to also drop cans at the Ballas Family Community Kitchen, and also sort in the pantry, and also provide hygiene and personal care package delivered to Mississippi Valley State University. But the crux of the matter is we just gather every year to take care of the state organization's business. And one of the reasons why Greenwood was great this go-round, our outgoing state representative is Carlos D. Palmer, Esquire. And he is over all of the members of Omega Psi Phi for the state of Mississippi. So he's going out of office. So we want to do it up real big for him. I have a couple of our event flyers that's been provided. They've been fully approved by our fraternity. All of the events are insured with, we have insurance for $1 million coverage through our fraternity. And I also have some scenic pictures, but that is the crux of the matter regarding the convention. I believe it is in great protocol and it warrants to come before the city council before you bring a convention here. And I appreciate the honorable mayor with assisting me with granting me this space so I can speak to you all, and I stand for any question that you may have.
Well, I just
I know
want
that's a lot, but
yeah, and no questions. No question. I just want to congratulate you all and wish you all much success this weekend. And thank you for choosing Greenwood to come here and take care of your business, and most of all, spend your money. You know? So we appreciate it. Being part of the Divine Nine myself, I know what you all are going through, and I'm sure Dr. Gray knows. But thank you, and keep up the good work, and keep up the community service. So that was my comments. I don't know if anybody else have any comments. Yeah.
Come to Greenwood.
Yeah.
Well, President.
Yes, sir.
I just want to personally thank you myself. I wish you would have told me about it ahead of time, though. We could have donate some canned goods from the Greenwood Marketplace. I don't know if we can do it this short notice, though. It's coming Saturday. Let me get your number though, and I'll call you in the morning. We might can give you a pallet of canned goods. We do it for our organization. We give about 700 cans out. Let me see if I can make it happen tomorrow.
Great.
Yeah.
And if it happens to be too short of a window, there's always somebody in need. We get them canned goods later. Hopefully we can get them this week.
Yeah, make it happen, bro.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Crawford.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Now, good luck to y'all this weekend. Okay.
Over the past couple of days, we had a rash of things that transpired in our community, whether it's gun violence, car accidents, are things that matter to my heart. It goes out to the family. However, one particular incident struck the city of Greenwood. One of our fire stations was hit significantly with significant damage. I have Chief McDowell to provide more insight on the update of fire station number 2.
Hey, good evening, Honorable Mayor Cox, Council. I want to, before I get into that, every time I come in here, I congratulate those firefighters. They've been working really hard. I'm not just going to talk about that incident because it's been excess of 100-degree temperatures. And just to give you a scope of what they have been doing, on the August 7th, we had a grass fire. We worked 34 minutes. It was 115 degrees index. Greenwood High on August 11th, electrical substation. We worked there 40 minutes. It was 110 heat index. We had a single vehicle accident. That's what you were talking about, Mr. Powell, and on McCain and Pelican. Right. We had to extricate someone out there. It was 112 heat index. We had a house fire on the 16th. We was there 3 hours and 30 minutes. Those guys worked their butts off. And so I won't just come talk about an incident like that without congratulating them on the job well done. We had a motorcycle fire on August 17th. Great job. Vehicle accident yesterday morning on Highway 82. Kids going to school. We extricated a young lady and another young man from the car. They did a great job. So I want to publicly, as much as I can, acknowledge the great work and the commitment to the city that these guys are doing. Before I get into somebody running to the fire station. But I remiss if I didn't acknowledge that. So for the sake of time, there's a lot going on. I'm just going to read a statement that I actually had prepared for the Commonwealth. I did talk to a reporter today. So I'm just going to read it off. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, of course. Fire station number 2, located on Calvin Avenue. I talk about it like the fire station. It was built originally in 1913. It was rebuilt in 1935 to give you an idea how old it is. It's significance to the age of it. But at approximately 5 a.m. on Sunday morning, August 16th, a civilian vehicle operated by a single driver struck the northeast corner of fire station number 2 on Calvin Avenue. The driver was transported to the hospital for medical evaluation and was subsequently released. No fire personnel were injured as a result of the incident. I don't think they heard it. Following the incident, I asked the Fire Marshal Charles Cooley, Deputy Fire Marshal Victor Stokes, the City Inspector Marvin Russell, and a local brick mason to join me to inspect the fire station to help determine the paths and what we need to do in the near future. I think we all can agree that our highest priority in this safety is the safety of our firefighters. The personnel that's worked at Station 2 has been assigned to other fire stations. This happens. We use the same protocol if the air conditioner just went out. I've just been notified that air's out at Station 3. So we use the same protocol as we use if the heat or the air goes off. And so what we do, we simply reassign the firefighters to other stations. So the same firefighters will be on the fire scene, and the same fire trucks will respond. We'll continue to check on. I'm going to make sure that fire station right before I put those firefighters back in there. I'm sure everybody understand that, but it shouldn't affect us. This is not the first time that we had to shut down the station for different. This is the first time for this reason, I think. We've had incidents maybe with a fire truck, not this substantial. Any questions?
Well, President, go on.
Okay. Speaking of the air being out, and coincidentally, I had Mr. Greenwood at my house doing some work, and he was telling me he was doing the air conditions.
Yes.
He was saying, he told me, ask you, did in the mail take the unit on number 2 where the car ran into it, and maybe move it to one of your.
Well, what they have window units.
They have window units. Okay.
It's true to 1930.
Okay. So, and the unit that's out is
at Station 3.
It's Station 3 on Tallahatchie Street. But it has the big unit. It has central.
Yes.
It has central unit. Okay. All right. Okay.
Thank you for asking, though.
Okay.
Let the mail know, too.
Okay. All right, Mr. McCoy.
Thank you. Fire Chief. Look, so those employees moved from fire station number 2. What are we located at?
We have 3 other stations available, and that shift assignment is done literally that morning or the night before. It's not an uncommon thing to have to move them around in case of an incident. And so, like I said, we're using the same protocol. So we have Station 1, 3, and 4 available. So we're going to move them accordingly. What I think is best fit for this city and the firefighter.
Okay. Number 2 question. We had talked years ago about moving that fire station, number 2, to the industrial park. I think so. We trying to get the industrial park out there site ready. We talked about it, Mayor, but we never acted on it though. I think it would be a good idea. We look into that now. So we're trying to get that industrial park site ready. So we move it out there to the industrial park. I think it'll help us more effective. We can get more business out there.
Well,
to that area.
You bring up a good point. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but we're a class 4 rate, and what that does is affect the insurance rate. We don't get any credit for Station 2. It's more of a need in that area. But we have a 4 minute or less response time just about anywhere we go in the city. To answer your question, that sounds great to me. We can even build one. That is even better. But to answer your question, I think it will be great. We looked at it years ago out on the Cloverleaf on 82 West, the industrial park. What we want to do, and what I would do, is bring in the state rating bureau, and we would ride the city before we start even saying where we would put it. And so we'll make sure that we maximize where we put in that station. So we wouldn't just go out there and say, let's put it here. So we would go study the hydrants, the location, the projection of the city 5 to 10 years from now. Okay. What would be best fit for a new fire station? And so it would be some research done before we just say, let's build a fire station. It has been done in the past. We have changed somewhat the demographics, the population, but I've done a lot of research on this myself through the years, so I'm well versed on that, but I'm all for that. I think the firefighters would be for that, and I think it'd be good for Greenwood.
Now, would that make our fire rating shift some by doing that?
I hope so.
Okay.
I think that's part of the reason I like to bring them in. Okay. So those are some of the questions I will be asking as we ride around. So what we'd like to do is get you a 3. Okay. That's the goal.
That's good goal, 3.
That's the goal.
Have we ever been at a 3 before?
I think we was a 3 for about 24 hours.
Okay.
I guess they took it to the supervisor and changed mine.
I never been at 3 for a while.
Yeah, about 24 hours.
Okay. Well, great there, man. Well, something we can look into in the near future there.
Oh, yeah. We in the Mayor Caucus. He suggested if we could build a station, that'd be good for the city of Greenwood, I think.
So the biggest issue is destruction. Is there any structural damage to the building due to the age? Does it have asbestos? It was brought to my attention the extension where the damage happened. It doesn't have a formidable foundation. So if you're talking about doing renovations, to do it properly, you're gonna have to do a foundation, then do the brickwork, which is additional cost. So I did throw out the idea like, hey, we can just knock the extension out due to the fact of that being just a weight room area.
And Marvin, we went over there Victor Stokes, Chief Cooler, and Rick Mason look at it. So we evaluate the best option. And we did consider the one you suggested. Yeah. And we're going to go back and look at it again. I'm going to have a couple more people look at it. And let's see where we can go from there.
Well, President.
Yes, sir.
Like that thing that you said, a 1930 building. I'm pretty sure some codes in there. A lot of codes in that building is off codes. Right?
That's why I took everybody with me.
Yeah, being an old building.
Mm-hmm. We had to retrofit because we were trying to get a 2023 truck in a 1930 building.
Wow.
So, but we did it. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Fire Chief. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Very well.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. And thank you all for all that you all do.
Sure, President.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir, Mr. Jenny.
Some years ago, we tried to move it to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But one councilman didn't want it moved over his dead body. He said that thing is going to stay right there, those small frame houses, the people that need that fire station right there. And he totally ground zeroed it. I don't know if you remember that. But we were prepared to build a new fire station. We've got some nice fire stations. One on Tallahatchie, one out there, and that thing is there, and it happens like his crown jewel. So, you know.
Mm-hmm. And it's got some historical significance, but it would cost.
There's a lot of small frame houses that can burn down quicker than this meeting is last. You know.
But if you think that Station 4 and Station 1 are pretty close, response time is not affected very much.
Yeah. Yes, sir. If we could move the needle on that rating, that would be
great.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Chief.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
All right. Mel.
I have Darren Green to provide you information about the brown envelopes in front of you. This is the presentation of the bids for the necessary equipment.
Good evening, Council. I provided y'all with a package in front for the front loaders. It's a big package, so you guys really got to look at it and evaluate it. So I know you're going to have time to really adjust it. But we had 6 bids on the front loader. They've been putting no prices on it because the reverse auction will be next week. So that's where they're going to actually put the prices in. They just pretty much turned in their specs on what they can provide to us. So when you guys get a chance, you can wait and look at it or come back Public Works. I can discuss with you in more detail. But we had 6 bids on there.
Nice presentation.
So I want to go through all of it. Take all day.
I need to look at my pack. I can't look at the pack.
Yeah,
but yeah. Back, man.
So if you got any questions, you guys can come by to Public Works. I can explain it to you, and we can discuss it more. But y'all guys can look at it and see what y'all think about. But it's going to do reverse auction is going to be next the 28th. That's when they actually can bid on it and make their bid for it. Any questions?
We'll look at it and let you know. Okay.
Last but not certainly not least is I have Mr. Trey Harrison and Mr. Jamie Holloway to discuss bond information.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Before you are 2 resolutions. The first is an intent resolution for general obligation bonds for an amount not to exceed $3.5 million. Mr. Holloway will probably talk in more detail about that number. The not to exceed will probably, the bond issue will probably be not that much, but we wanted to have the not to exceed to have that flexibility to bring that number down depending on projects that were needed by the city. And as you know, those projects change every day. There is a different need that is required, but this intent resolution essentially will be published according to the statute and will allow us to start the process with the GO bonds. The GO bonds take a little bit longer than the lease, which is the second item before you, but nonetheless, I'll pause here to answer any questions with respect to the intent resolution for the general obligation bonds.
Well, President, give me time to look over that. We got to share I said the last minute, the 9 hour. We didn't get that to our package. This is resolution until we walked in the council meeting.
Understood.
Just allow us time to look over it before we can make a tell a decision on what you're talking about.
It may not change anything, but I emailed it yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay.
What any changes made in the alternative?
No, sir.
So the same thing we talked about prior to the evaluation then?
That's right.
Okay. I have no question then. We've already discussed it already then. There's no changes made in it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna do one more thing, and then I will put these resolution up front to vote on. So, because I know y'all are from out of town, so we'll get this done in the next 10 minutes. Okay.
All right. Do you want me to briefly mention the lease?
Yes.
As well?
Yes.
Also, before you, Mayor and Council, is a lease resolution as well. That one is for not to exceed $2 million. And so the GO resolution that I spoke about previously has some of the larger ticket, heavier items in it. And then the lease transaction is for some of your smaller equipment. And Mr. Holloway can speak to the list that he has been vetting with the administration to make sure all the appropriate items are in it. And we've been trying to flush that list to make sure the larger items, because you can use modernization monies to pay back the debt service on the GO bonds. We want to make sure all of those items, for example, road repair, you can make repairs to buildings, water, sewer, etc., with the GO bonds. But the lease resolution, that's for the cars and things of that nature, and the police cars, etc. So,
yeah, sure. So, speaking on the GO obligation, based on the information that we've got and everything, it was kind of not to exceed $3.5 million. I'm getting us down to like 2.6. So, it's going to be significantly smaller, as long as nothing gets added to it, than the $3.5 million. Then on the lease purchase, I've got it $971,000. Based on the information I've collected, of course, we'll review that again, make sure it's all good. If everything's good, I think we can send out the lease purchase proposal this week, and potentially have closing end of September
for the lease.
For the lease, not the GO. So that'll get you police cars and everything else, the trucks.
Front end loaders.
Not front end loader. Front end loader. We're gonna try to front end loader. We'll try to do with the GO.
That's the part.
But it is in the hopper to be bought for sure. But we're not gonna do that on the lease, because the lease we're trying to. It's gonna be like a 5-year deal, and we can spread that front end loader over a longer term period.
Okay. President.
Okay. Yes, sir.
One question. What's the interest rate on these $2 million now?
It's an excellent question. Now, of course, we won't know until we get them, until we receive bids. I've got it in here preliminarily at 5%. Of course, as y'all know, y'all were before, try to make things look uglier than they are. But I would think somewhere around there or lower.
How many years that spread it over?
The lease is 5.
5 years.
The GO is 10.
All right, now, some of our bonds are almost paid out. We didn't include those in any.
No, sir.
What we included in the one from 2028, which one we picked up?
So we have not picked up any existing outstanding leases. It just doesn't really make a whole lot of financial sense to do that. And you got some that are paying off in this year, some that are paying off mid next year. It's just kind of hard to justify stringing that along that much farther out.
Definitely.
We want to push as much to the modernization money.
Sure. Yeah. Also, we want to leave it open so we can use as much of the modernization funds as we can towards the general obligation.
Okay.
And that would kind of throw a wrench in if we did some other things that were not qualified for that.
So you're saying 5% is good right now?
It's about par. I mean,
right now it's good.
Give you a rate, right?
Yeah.
It's a public meeting.
It's bad 4 years ago, but it's good today.
And so I don't want to be, tarred and feathered when I come in and I tell you this on today, and it's not what it is on the day of the bid received. But I think 4.5 plus probably would be close. All things being equal. But I can't guarantee anything.
I know you can't. I'm just asking you your perspective. You think 5 is good? I was thinking about at least about 4%. I was looking at, and we're going to float a bond. You know, but I don't know if that's impossible now, though. With everything.
So, some of our recent lease purchases and bond issues in this range have been in the 4.5, 4.7 range. Yeah.
So what you've been seeing recently has been like 4, between 4 to 5.
Everything I've seen has been less than 5.
Less than 5.
I'll say that. But I put 5 in there because, again, my thought process is if we can afford this, then we're in good shape.
Okay.
When we actually get the actual results.
Okay. No problem. We need some equipment bad.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. All righty. We'll get you out in a minute. I know y'all. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And that concludes the mayor's report.
Okay. Mayor, thank you for that report. Council, I'm going to move things around on this agenda a little bit for some people, for the out-of-towners, and Dr. Gray has a class. So I'm going to ask next dilapidated property come up. And as far as something in her ward, she has a question before she needs to leave. So dilapidated housing.
Good evening, Council.
Good evening.
First, I want to start by introducing my dilapidated property coordinator, inspector, I should say, Miss Brianna Stansel. And this is the council.
Brianna. Okay, I did meet her personally, so welcome to the city. Okay. Marvin.
Yes.
Get directly to the one first for Ward 6, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Samuel Eaton, 217 West Taft Street. It's slated for the disposition for this one is to tear it down.
Is that 217 or 215?
That's 217.
215.
The blue house or
215.
The question is 215.
Is that what it is? 215. I checked it. I got it. Well, yeah, 215. We're gonna change that. 215. Sound like that.
215. But there is a 217.
It is a 217.
I just want to make sure you got it.
Yes, that's what it is.
That's 215.
Thank you for that.
Okay, is this just to send notice in a block today, or this something that we vote on today?
Just to send notice.
Just to send notice,
That's
okay.
important.
Okay.
Point out, make sure the notice is
Okay.
right. Oh, yeah.
Okay. James Richmond, 210 West Taft Street, Ward 6. Tear down.
We're going to do all these in a block, though, aren't we?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. We're good. You good on that question, Dr. Gray? Okay. All right. Now, council, y'all stay up there, Marvin.
Yes, sir.
We're going to routine items agenda number 8. A resolution confirming the appointment of Harry Sherrod to the civil service for Ward 6. Is that, Ms. Gray, Dr. Gray, you want to make that motion?
I will make a motion.
Okay. Chair entertain a second.
I so move, President.
All right. Motion been made and second. Any further? All in favor, right hand. Opposed, the same sign. Anybody? Motion carried. Okay. I think that concludes her business. Okay, Marvin, before y'all go on now, like I said, I want to move around. I want to go ahead and do these obligation bonds now to vote on for our out-of-town guests.
Yes,
If that's okay with the council?
That's fine, President.
That's fine. Okay. All right. The first one, y'all see how long it is? Give me a shortcut version.
There's a summary.
Equipment lease purchase intent resolution. Declaring the city intention to enter into one or more equipment lease purchase agreement in a principal amount not to exceed, what, $2 million? $2 million, okay. That's the small one. All right. I could have read that one, though. Resolution declaring the intentions of the mayor and the city council of the city of Greenwood, Mississippi, to enter into one or more equipment lease purchase agreements for the purchase of certain equipment for the city in aggregate principal amount not to exceed $2 million and related purposes. Aggregate. Any question? Chair, entertain a motion.
Motion. I make that motion.
You make that motion.
Second.
Motion been made and been seconded. Any further? All in favor, right hand, please. Any opposed? Okay. Motion carried.
That's where the summary may come in handy.
All right. General obligation bond intent resolution declaring the city intention to issue general obligation bonds not to exceed $3.5 million for street, water, sewer, bridges, and related authorized purposes under Mississippi Code 21-33-301. That's a short version. Y'all read it for yourself, the long version. Any question?
Well, President, I was hoping the future president we could get these done early on time. We voted on some very serious stuff here. I'm trying to look over now we voted on some of this stuff. I know we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, but that's been a couple of weeks ago.
I read it, and it's kind of almost the same. Because John sent an email, and I read it. It's almost the same.
But understand, Trey and Jamie, we still got to, we just voting to advertise and all that. We still got to come back and vote on it, right? What we doing today?
That's right.
It's just an intent resolution,
Intent.
Mr. President.
You're right.
And you'll adopt the no protest in October for the GEO bonds, and then you'll adopt the lease on September 15th. I think at your meeting then. So
all right.
You get a couple more bites.
Hypothetical, Jamie, say the interest rate come back 10%, and we said no way. Yeah. We still have that.
No problem.
Right. We can do that and say no.
That's correct.
Right.
It's going to be no way 10%, brother.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm making an example of McCoy. If you voted on it today, you still have the opportunity to change.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying?
I understand that, President.
I
understand that, President.
I was just making an example. I didn't know you go.
Yeah, I got that clear, President.
Be quiet now.
Yes, sir. Well, President, I was hoping in the near future, though, there was something this important. Attorney, we will get this here ahead of time, okay? Not in the email, we can look over this ahead of time.
Yes, sir.
I'm speaking for Councilman Cole Ward 4. I can't speak for the whole body. It's me. Yeah, motion, President?
Yes, sir.
I shall move, President.
Okay.
Second.
Motion been made and been second. Any further? All in favor, right hand. Poses same sign. Motion carried. Okay. All righty, folks. Carry on. Mr. Marvin.
We got 207 Stevens Avenue, tear down, cut and clean. That's in Ward 5. We have 1103 Strong Avenue, Ward 3, cut and clean. And we have 904 Strong Avenue, Ward 3, cut and clean. We have 716 Avenue E for tear down. We have 510 Avenue H for tear down. We have 301 Avenue H tear down. We have 211 Stevens Avenue tear down. And we have 715 Fulton Street tear down. And we have 206 First Street tear down.
I just want to make a correction per Larzell, 210 West Tab is cut and clean.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at that wrong.
210 West Ave.
210 West Tab. Thank you, Larzell. Just need a motion.
Need a motion?
I so move, President.
Thank you, Mr. McCoy.
Take them in a block.
Been made and second, motion and second to take these in the block. Any further? All in favor, right hand. We got to vote. Motion carried.
Thank you, Larzell.
All right, thank you all.
Well, President.
Yes, sir,
Mr.
Mr. McCoy.
Attorney, I know a couple of months ago we passed a state of emergency. How does that work? I'm hearing something different about how
Mr. McCoy asked me.
emergency can put in place.
I have not been involved in any emergency.
Okay.
CLAP.
We have to come back before the council before we do that. How does it take out? We put it in place, but we need to know how that worked out. It's a question I'm asking.
Well, I mean, it was drafted by Don.
Okay.
And I did ask him that question.
Yeah, it needs to come before the council.
That's my thought on it too, that it would come before the council and that there would be certain documentation of what the state of emergency was.
Trey, Jamie, thank y'all.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay.
So before we can go out and do anything, we have to bring it back before the body. We need to declare an emergency. Right, Attorney?
Yeah, I need to go back and look, but certainly at some point, the council is brought into the process, and I think we probably need to re-examine that policy and make sure the documentation is being handled the way it's set forth in there. I haven't been involved since then in what action's been taken.
Mr. Attorney, I did have a conversation with you guys in regards to certain situations where emergency need to be implemented. And you stated that if it's an eminent domain, for instance, the WGRM with the trees in the ditch, you say if anything that's be an eminent domain, that the ordinance provides us the right to go in and take care of it and then do a follow-up hearing.
Right. It's the follow-up hearing that I'm talking about.
Right.
That needs to be taken place.
So the hearing is a follow-up hearing after if it's an eminent domain.
Yeah. And what we talked about was water being backed up into people's houses or causing issues, which isn't necessarily dilapidated property, but I stand by that. If it's causing damage to people's property because of a backed up ditch, absolutely, we had that discussion. But as far as mowing and tearing down property, we need to make sure we're following the imminent danger to life and property. That was the spirit of the policy.
Right.
And just I think the spirit of the policy was not to be used to, in any way, form, or fashion, get around the DLAP statute.
Correct.
Because that's what the law says you cannot do.
Correct.
And so it has to be a true emergency, in my opinion.
I agree.
So, for an example, right, the house that caught a fire and burned up. Say a tree leaning on the house, an empty house. A tree that leaning on an empty house, there's not in danger. Am I correct?
It just depends. I mean, community development could assess that. It may or may not be. I don't want to, just say something about that situation without me having looked at it. But I think that community development is trained enough to go and know that the structure is unsafe. But I don't think it should be used just to tear something down just because you think this needs to be fixed right now. It needs to be, an imminent threat to safety.
I have a question.
Yes.
On the list in Ward 6 that was declared as an emergency, there were properties that were listed, like it just said big lot on Martin Luther King. It didn't have an address. It didn't have a property owner's name by it or anything like that for cut and clean. So I do have concerns about how we're determining if these properties are of imminent danger. I don't even know what the big lot is on Martin Luther King is, but that was listed as an emergency, along with just a few other properties that I have called about that had overgrown. But I didn't consider them emergencies, but definitely something to get a notice out about.
So, President.
Yes, sir.
So there's a lot that grown up grass about 10, 15 feet tall and houses are surrounding it. And so that accumulates snakes and rodents. So it could be dangerous to someone's house, correct? In the danger?
It may or may not be. How long has it been like this? I mean, you know.
Okay, yeah, correct.
And like I say, my opinion of it is community development just should go out and assess it. And if it's an emergency, you should have some documentation to file justifying that.
Correct.
And maybe, like Don said, may needs to be revisited so there could be some kind of rubric of what constitutes an emergency, because they can be very subjective depending on who's looking at it.
That's what's in the ordinance about some documentation. The documentation part too.
Yeah, there are forums. And, I think maybe a meeting, Mr. Russell and the mayor. We just need to look at it.
Well, President.
Yes, sir, Mr. McCoy.
I think at some point this council need to go back and revisit that also. Sometimes we get something the night hour and I hate to say that, we vote on it. We don't go with we don't really read the fine line on some of this stuff. We need to go back and revisit that, so make sure that we are following the right guidelines on the emergency process pertaining to our dilapidated property. I wouldn't call a vacant lot and tall grass emergency. I would. I think you have some kind of structure, something that may cause imminent danger to someone. That's not an emergency. To me, it's not. That's my opinion on that. But I do know we need to go back and visit that ordinance. I think we need to go back and visit also another ordinance out there, but I'll talk about that later on now. But this sheriff is very important now. I'm getting a lot of phone calls on that ordinance there, on that emergency ordinance. And some things were not carried out the proper way.
You know, which was that?
Some houses over in the Baptist area that was towed down.
Which was already on the DLAP list, correct?
Okay. That went
through the regular DLAP process.
Order on that now? Okay. I see that documented in. If it's on the DLAP, it should be documented in. We should have that documented. Everything this council vote on should be come back in a paper trail. So I like to see it on the document because I'm not hearing that though.
Yes. I think about the one in Tulane Baptist, Ward 7, we voted on that to tear it down. The guy kept saying he's going to tear it down and didn't do it.
That was on Stevens.
Yeah, Stevens Street, right.
Yeah.
Right.
So she got to come back for this body.
Yes, we voted on
Councilman Powell.
There's another one on Avenue A.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Anyway, we'll go back and look at that though, Mayor. I can accuse be wrong, Mayor.
That's right.
I'm wrong. I admit I'm wrong, but let's go back and visit that though. We need to pull it back and look at that and make sure that was to the proper procedure. That's why I brought it up. You know, whatever this council vote to do, we need to make sure we follow the guideline. You know, order that we place forward.
I agree.
If we don't, we wasting time being here. That's my opinion. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman.
Thank you, President.
Okay. All righty. Back on the public agenda is Cambry Mitchell. Cabrillo Mitchell. Am I pronouncing that right? Cambrica. Miss Mitchell.
I teared up too.
Huh?
I teared up too.
You did what? Oh, you teared up too. And Brandon Gordon, you got... Is Brandon with you today?
Yeah.
Okay. How you doing, Brandon?
All right.
Good evening.
Good evening. How y'all doing? Boys and Girls Club.
Yes.
Welcome.
Did you all receive the quiz from our CEO, Mr. Dallas?
Yes, we did.
Okay. So we're just here to follow up on that request. My name is Cambrica Mitchell. I'm the former director of the Greenwood Boys and Girls Club. Since then I have transitioned to Valley Boys and Girls Club. This is Mr. Moore, and he's the new director of the Greenwood Boys and Girls Club.
And we're just here to really give you a brief recap of the year that we had in my tenure, and also talk about some things that Mr. Gordon has put in place at the Greenwood Boys and Girls Club. So what was just passed out to you all was cookbooks that the kids was able to do. We received a Rachel Ray grant last year. We were one of the few clubs that was able to receive that grant, and the kids was able to produce a cooking book, and we was able to continue culinary arts throughout last year. We also were able to produce a literacy month. We were able to bring out different authors to come and interact and read with the kids. We also saw a lot of retention in our children. We saw a lot of growth in attendance and consistency in attendance. So we had a productive year. We had a productive summer last year. We were able to bring in different programs like automotive, foreign language, gardening, culinary, STEM. So last year was a productive year, and we just want to really come here to vocally say thank you for your consistency, not only financially to the Boys and Girls Club, but also your support, whether it's coming by the clubs, speaking to the children. I know they went to the art place this summer. I know they have, Mr. Cox has been by, and I have saw Mr. Powell as well. Mr. Brock has been by. I have saw a lot of familiar faces, and the kids is very appreciative of your presence. So we're just here to say thank you, and we hope you all continue to support the Boys and Girls Club as you all have been doing throughout the past few years. I will now let Mr. Gordon speak on his experience with the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
How you doing?
I'm Brandon Gordon, Unit Director for the Greenwood Boys and Girls Club. My experience with the Boys and Girls Club has been amazing. First and foremost, I never thought I'd be able to be in a position to guide the youth. I had dreams of it. Now it's in effect. Not only just that, I implemented youth basketball team for the kids also. On just that, flag football, cheerleading. Just give the kids multitudes of things to do besides just one curriculum at a time, or one activity to do also. But my experience with the Boys and Girls Club has been amazing. Not only just that, for assistant from Ms. Mitchell here, she got me in a great place to succeed and get these kids in the right mannerism and mannerism. Not only just that, succeed and build a confidence with the kids so they can learn more other than just one activity.
But again, we do thank you all. We open the floor to any questions you may have about the Boys and Girls Club.
Well, and coincidentally, you're here. I want to thank you all, too. We had just talked about, and the whole council, including Dr. Gray, had brought it up, too, about our charity list of people we try to help, organizations, and that we need to hear from them. If we're going to donate to them, we need to hear from them. So you all are here, so which is good. So first of all, thank you all for coming. I did look at you all requests. Right now, we're in the middle of doing our budget.
Yes, sir.
Can't make any promises right now, but we know we're going to do something, okay? Unfortunately, we're having some budget restraints right now, and it's difficult, to say the least. But again, what you all are doing with our boys and girls is just amazing. And for you all to put in the effort with our kids, I personally want to say thank you to both of you all. So, and definitely we want to support you all in any way we can. So, and you all being here just is so good, okay? Okay. Anybody else want to say anything?
Thank you,
okay. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, President.
Okay. So we thank y'all, and we're looking at what we can do, okay? We did get your request, and we're looking at it, So if it ain't all this time, maybe it might be some months down the line. We see where our money is.
Well, again, we just want to say thank you. You all have been very consistent and contributing to the Boys and Girls Club every year. So we do appreciate everything.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely going to do something.
Boys and Girls
yeah, we're definitely going to do something.
Most important, the kids appreciate it.
Okay.
So thank you again.
I do want to point out Ms. Mitchell is the co-coach of the Mississippi Valley mock trial team.
Okay.
And she is an award-winning former member. And she is invaluable.
Invaluable, okay.
I appreciate it.
All right, thank y'all much. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, we have Miss Yolanda Bird. She's here to discuss the 314 West Henry.
Yes, sir. I'm a co-bill.
Excuse me, how y'all doing this evening?
Hey, how you doing?
Right there.
All right, excuse my attire today. We've been over at the old Coca-Cola building working, trying to get everything boarded up and looking like it needs to be so that it won't be a menace to society. So I'm here in behalf because I received a letter to clean up. And so I was not aware that I had to be at the meeting because I had already begun the process of cleaning. So in that time, there was a vote to tear down. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
There was a vote to tear down, but I had opportunity to clean. Am I right? My letter stated that I was supposed to get it clean. And I had already begun that process. And so when I came in and we talked, and they made it aware that I had to have the opportunity to clean. So that's what I've been doing. I don't know if you've been by there, but we've got all the doors boarded, all the windows downstairs. We still got to get upstairs. But the purpose, we want to be able to secure that facility so that it can be a benefit to that community. And I know y'all, I've been here before with the reentry housing, and I know it's taking time. It's hard getting help, and so I've written several proposals, and so none of them been funded as of now. But I have gone through other measures with seeking help through the community. And so we reached out to a wood resource center out of Benton, Mississippi, who they are willing to donate wood for us so that we can use in that community to begin an arts and craft. We want to use that site as an arts and craft site so that we can have our young people as well as our males to come in with wood making, building furniture, building cabinets, giving them a job skill, and also bringing in resources while we work to make sure that we get a reentry house to be able to help our males. So I work personally with a lot of males because I do group therapy at the detention center. So we have men who are coming out of jail and they're going right back to jail. And so we want to make sure that they are rehabilitated and that they have somewhere to stay because they're getting involved in relationships trying to make sure that they have stability, housing, and these relationships sometimes end in more domestic violence, or we see more males coming out of jail going right back into jail. So we want to make sure that we give them that second chance that they really need in providing housing for them, temporary housing, temporary lodging. So that's what we're working to secure. So we don't want that property torn down. And like I said, we've been there and I covered the bottom. We got a couple of more that we got the boards upstairs. We're getting help to board the upstairs. We have all the downstairs covered and got it looking better. And we're going to do more because we want to make sure that, that it looks decent and that it helps the community as well. We want that site to be a place where it just gives light to the community, if I can say that.
Well,
Mr. McCoy?
Point well taken.
Yes.
A few months ago, I brought to the mayor's attention, I thought that building had been abandoned because you came to us years ago and the building had so much stuff over there parked on it. Was terrible.
I had somebody over there. Mr. Neal was over there.
It was terrible.
And I know. He got sick. He was keeping it up, but when he got sick, I guess he wasn't able to keep it up, like he was keeping it up.
Yeah. But now at this point here, I ride it about it every day, 2 times a day. I see you clean it up, you boarded it up. It's looking. I always asked that you would keep it that way.
Yes, sir.
That's coming through.
Yes, sir.
The main street or Henry Street or whatever.
I
and it look bad when that building is looking kind of like abandoned. Now, I did make a motion to tear that building down back here a couple of months ago. At some point, I need to come back and rescind that, President. That motion was made. It wasn't made to board it up.
Right.
It was made to tear it down. So I'm going to have to come back and Mr. Marv Russell.
Yes, sir.
At some point, that needs to go back on so I can rescind that motion on that.
Oh, really?
Because the motion was made to tear down.
Yes.
It wasn't made to board and clean up.
Okay.
So I guess the next meeting, you need to put some
I get with the attorney.
Get with the attorney and see how we can go about and do that.
Yes, sir.
Because you're taking a good job with it, looking good now. I'd love you to keep it that way.
We will make sure we keep it. Thank you for helping us.
It looks so much better now.
I know. We had to
so thank you, Ms. Burson. Well, thank you for cleaning it up. I pray you keep it clean.
We will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mel has a question.
Ms. Burton, do you have a specification on, let's say that you do go through the process of doing recidivism, do you have a category that will be in there because certain inmates or ex-cons cannot be placed in the area that's close to schools and churches and things of that nature. So do you have a category or?
We'll make sure we work on that. That's something that we will make sure.
So do you have a plan in place already?
We do have a plan in place, and maybe I'll come down and sit down and talk with you about that. And you can let me know what I need to add to it or what I need to take a look at.
Yes, sir.
Is that okay?
That's fine.
That's thank you, Karen. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
Ms. Bird. And won't you invite Mr. McCoy over just to let him look at it?
Yeah, we gonna get Captain Rock to donate us.
I didn't say that now, McCoy. I just said,
I promise you we'll do our best.
I didn't say that, but anyway, okay.
I get put on the spot all the time.
I know it. All right, we're going now on the number 5 routine agenda. Under that, we have the consent agenda that we normally take in a block. Any questions under the consent agenda?
Hey, let me ask you, Chief, a couple things. The fire chief, I usually use that word chief. I be sure I'm calling the right one. Fire chief, on your budget adjustment here, you moving money around from, I guess, from several. I had it on my phone here. You're moving money around from several. You taking the sergeant money. You decreasing that the sergeant thing. Then you decreasing the captain, and you're moving it all. You move that money around to your assistant chief. To your assistant chief and your training officer. You move it and you put it in. I think you move something. You're decreasing your vehicle too. Why all that out of those certain departments?
Yeah.
That's your captain and sergeant.
What I did, and we touched on it a little bit last budget about the promotions.
Mm-hmm.
So those funds, like captains, were 6 short.
Okay.
So that fund has a lot of money that's going to be left.
Okay.
And so it's not permanent, but this budget cycle, it was the easiest thing to do. So what that reduction was for the 12 promotions I made, to keep it simple, I used that money for the increase in pay.
Okay.
Those guys, they got promoted.
So an increase is going to the assistant chief. What going to? And
Yes,
you got a training officer.
Yes, sir.
That money going to place that out.
Yes, sir.
And you have a battalion chief.
Yes,
where that money going to place that. Okay. So I know you have a decrease in your vehicles too.
Yes, sir. That won't be affected because that was a $60,000 thing that we won't use that for the rest of the budget cycle.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll come back next year. You made it to pick that back up.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
No problem.
Everyone that I've taken from, we do that monthly.
Okay, I know. I was kind of sure. I seen the sergeant and that stuff. He moved out, and that was the captain.
Yes.
I was curious about what we going
So when we made the promotion to lieutenant, that left the sergeant rank short.
Okay.
So as we moved up each rank, it was short.
Okay.
And so like captains right now, and that's what I'm working on. I'm trying to staff.
Okay. Okay. Well, no problem. I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
For President, one more question on Dr. Claim here.
Yes, sir, Mr. McCoy.
That 2020 round we bought, what department that truck was going into?
Street division.
Street division. So that's going. Did you move that? I didn't. What's your treatment plant? Street division. So it's going to come out of that line out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no problem. All right. Thank you, man. I have no more questions, President.
All righty. Chair, entertain a motion.
I so move, President.
Okay.
Second.
Motion made and been second. Any further? All in favor, right hand. Opposed, the same sign. Motion carried. Routine items agenda. Number 1, a resolution approving and authorizing the City of Greenwood commitment of matching funds in the amount of $125,000 for the Mississippi Development Authority Site Development Grant Program. Mr. Thomas Gregory is here today.
Good afternoon, members of the City Council, Mayor. Let me pass these out. If you take one of each of these and pass them around, give me a few. There you go. All right, good afternoon. Usually when I come before the City Council, I'm either asking for money or bringing good news. And today I'm doing both.
Okay.
I'm going to start with the request for funding. The EDF is intending to apply for the Mississippi Development Authority's Site Development Grant again. This is something that we sought last year, but we're not able to apply for it. The city approved its share of the match last year, but the county was not able to, and so we were not able to pursue that opportunity last year. The industrial park remains the same. We still need to do environmental due diligence on the undeveloped land out in the industrial park. Since I came before you last year, we have completed a master plan of the industrial park, and that's one of the documents that I'm passing out to you today. Over the past year, we brought in Bob Barber. Many of y'all know Bob and Orion Planning and Design firm. They have done a lot of work for the city of Greenwood in the past. They did a great job really creating a vision for what the industrial park could be and how it should be developed. We now have a very strategic roadmap for how we can get those sites, which currently is just soybean fields right now, how we can get it ready for industrial development, which is what that land is earmarked for. I shared this with you last year, and I'll say it again, but we, at present, that land is not competitive. If a company is coming to look at it as a community for an industrial prospect, there's a certain list of things that they want to see done on the land. Phase 1 environmental studies, cultural resources, threatened and endangered species, wetland delineations, geotechnical surveys. I could go on. And if they go to a community and say, have you done these things? And that community says, yes, we've done all that work for you. And they come to us and we say no, they're going to go to the other community every time. If you look at communities in Mississippi that have seen success, and we all know the communities that are neighbors of ours, Grenada, Batesville, these big job announcements over the past years, those communities were doing this work 10 years ago. And so in order for Greenwood and LaFleur County to compete for industrial projects of scale and size, the types that are bringing tens of millions of dollars worth of investment, creating tens, sometimes hundreds of jobs, we've got work to do in the industrial park. We have the plan in place, and there's a grant that we can apply for to start to do that work. And it takes a match. So if we're going to apply for, and we can apply for up to $250,000 to start to chip away at this work, we have to provide a one-to-one match. So if we apply for $250,000, we've got to come with $250,000, and that would give us a $500,000 project. It doesn't have to be that amount. I told this to the county. We would love to be able to max it out if the city and the county, which jointly own the land in the industrial park, it belongs to you, it belongs to the county. If each entity would contribute the maximum amount, then we would have the maximum project. But I understand also that budgets are tight. And, it may not be that the city can contribute $125,000, and the county may not be able to contribute that much, but something is better than nothing. So what I'm bringing to you today is a request for the city to contribute its share of what would be half of that match. We're asking the city and the county to each contribute $125,000. The resolution before you today has very clear language. It says up to $125,000, because if we go to the county and they decide to contribute a lesser amount, then the city's amount would scale back to whatever the county decides. I'll also share, and you'll be able to read between the lines, but there is an entity that the city owns that has volunteered to contribute the city's share of its match this year. So it would not have to come out of the city's budget. It would pass through the city and be the city's contribution for its share. So that's a really positive thing. Again, we have one more chance to go before the Board of Supervisors on August the 24th. And if the city is able to contribute its share by passing the resolution, then we'll go before the county once again. They voted it down at the previous meeting. We've got one more meeting before the grant deadline of August 28th. And hopefully they will have made some more headway in figuring out what their fiscal year budget looks like. And hopefully they'll be able to contribute their share of this match. Again, the work that we're proposing is necessary in order to be competitive. And until the city and the county, invest in that land in the industrial park, it's just going to continue to sit there. So that's a lot to digest. I provided also some information just on the grant itself. But we would love to see the city and the county make that investment, and the EDF will lead the work, make sure that it gets done well, and that'll provide us with the tools that we need to really be competitive as we go out and try to seek new industry for our community.
Thank you.
Yep.
One president.
Yes, sir.
I think last year you came before Greg with the same problem. We approved it, and then the county didn't approve it. So I guess in that case, it don't get approved at all. when one industry don't approve it. So this is here to get us site ready. I know I had a chance to talk to Mr. Barber a while back, a couple months ago. He went over the whole thing with us about being site ready. In case someone coming out of town, we would be ready for them now. And most companies looking for that. Coming in, we be site ready to go.
All the companies.
They're not waiting for 5-10 years down the line. They want to see something ready coming to your town now when they come in here. So I have no problem with that. I agree. I think it's a good idea if the county go along with it. I have no problem with it.
So would there be infrastructure?
Well, the step one is going to be this environmental work that has to be done. Infrastructure improvements will need to be made out there. You can see on the plan, in order to access the backside of all of this land in the industrial park, I don't know if you can see it. I mean, this is Cypress Avenue. You have industries already located up and down Cypress Avenue. But there's 1,000 acres sort of behind Cypress Avenue that's ripe for development. This black dotted line represents a planned loop road that will ultimately need to be constructed to access all of that land back there. And you can see these parcels are just, sort of partitioned out to show the different sizes of parcels that could be developed out there. But yes, infrastructure will need to come next. But step one is to do the environmental work in terms of prioritizing all of the things that need to be done. The environmental due diligence is step one. I'll give you an example. We sometimes get what they call requests for information from the Mississippi Development Authority. If a prospect is looking for a community in Mississippi to do in this case, it was a food processing company. They were looking for, I forget how many acres, 200 acres of land. They wanted it to be rail served. They started to list the things that they needed, and Greenwood started to check the boxes. When we got that RFI, the request for information, and started to submit back to MDA for Greenwood to be considered, 3 of the questions that they asked is, have you done a phase 1 environmental assessment? No. Have you done a cultural resources study? No. Have you done a threatened and endangered species assessment? No. At that point, I knew that we wouldn't be competitive. We were out of the game, because there's going to be 10 other companies that can check yes to those things. And that represents time. It's, it would take us 8, 10, maybe 12 months to go and do that stuff. And that's time. And so the name of the game in economic development is speed to market. Y'all heard that phrase. If a company can't get up and running and making money in a certain amount of time, they're not going to pay any attention. So everything we're trying to do is to increase that speeds market and to lower the amount of time it takes for a company to get up and go in Greenwood.
Mrs. Cookster.
Well, I'm just saying, Thomas is on something and we're 5 to 10 years behind.
Go ahead.
I think we need to start leading and get out in front of it. So anything we can do, I would love to support. So it is time to get out in front of something and stop trailing.
Okay. Thank you, Thomas. I have read the resolution. Chair, entertain a motion.
I still move, brother.
Second.
Motion been made and been seconded. Any further? All in favor, right hand, please. Opposed, the same side. Motion carried. Number 2, a resolution approving and authorizing the lease of the Itabena Clinic located at 103 Basket Street, Itabena, Mississippi, to the Delta Health Center, Incorporated.
I think that's a good idea.
Good idea, I think, yeah.
Very good idea.
Okay.
They need to care over there.
Do we need to make that?
I saw move, President.
Okay.
They take care of that in the area.
Motion made and been seconded. Any further? All in favor, right hand. Opposed, the same side. Motion carried. Number 3, a resolution confirming the reappointment of Michael Adams to the Civil Service Commission for Ward 1.
Make that motion.
Second letter.
Motion made and second. All in favor, right hand. Opposed, the same side. Motion carried. Number 4, resolution approving the reappointment of Brian Lott to the Civil Service Commission for Ward 2.
Oh,
I second it. I'm glad you told her. She was lost. Motion made and second. All in favor, right hand. Opposed, the same side. Motion carried. Number 5, resolution confirming the reappointment of Lula Moore to the Civil Service Commission for Ward 3. Chair makes that motion.
I second that, Chair.
Motion made and second. All in favor, right hand. Opposed, the same sign. Motion carried. Number 6, a resolution confirming the reappointment of Jackie Smith to the Civil Service Commission for Ward 4.
I so move, President.
All right.
Second.
Motion made and been second. All in favor, right hand. Opposed, the same sign. Motion carried. Number 7, a resolution confirming the reappointment of Chandra Sims.
That's a new one.
Okay. Yes, a resolution confirming the appointment of Chandra Sims to the Civil Service Commission for Ward 5.
I make that motion.
Okay. Motion been made and been second. All in favor, right hand. Opposed, the same sign. Motion carried. We did number 8. There's not one for Ward 7?
No.
No.
Not at this time.
Not at this time? Okay.
Did y'all vote on Sherrod?
We did. Before Dr. Graydale.
Oh, well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, we have done the amended agendas. Anything else to come before the council? Discussion of
Thomas would like to go into executive session, briefly discuss the sale of land.
Okay.
Need a motion
to go into executive session.
To go into closed
session. Okay. All right. Before we go into closed sessions, can we, and this is just my idea, same time Tuesday for a budget meeting next Tuesday, 4 o'clock?
Sounds good, brother.
Next Tuesday, what, 25th?
Yeah. Miss Carla, that's all right. Mayor, you got anything to do next Tuesday?
I will change my schedule. My concern is the publications.
When the publication due? We can put publication in the paper without
Right. After the 15th to approve the budget.
So we still can put publications in.
But it has to be 3 weeks out.
3 weeks out. So, but I'm saying, so can we go ahead and do publications now? Yeah.
If we're not going to change the millage rate.
Huh?
If we're not going to change the millage rate.
If we're not going to change the millage rate. And there's no intentions of us changing the millage rate. Nobody interested in that, right?
No, we're not changing the millage rate. You okay?
Do the advertising for the millage rate
Yeah.
for the budget
you will have to approve that.
Right, we'll have to approve that, but I don't think nobody here wants to change the millage rate right now.
So the mill rate's not changing, Mayor, for right now? The looking at his budget here is not changing?
Correct.
Right.
But usually, if years past, Madam President, they're done at the same time.
At the same time.
I looked at
So we would be exactly 3 weeks out come Tuesday, won't we? The 15th.
We got until 15th September for the break, so we still in time.
Yeah, we would be exactly 3 weeks out.
We're still in time.
Tuesday is the 25th, and the following Tuesday, not the following 3 weeks. Tuesday is the 15th.
Yeah, 3 weeks and 3 days. Yeah, we were still in time, brother. We left got time.
Okay, so unless y'all want to meet Monday.
Let's do Tuesday.
Let's do Tuesday, same year, since we used to Tuesdays. Okay.
Good for everybody.
Okay.
4 p.m.
4 p.m. Tuesday. And that's gonna be our final one, so we gotta make it work. We gotta make it work. Okay. All righty. Sherry, we finna go into executive session, so